Yo, what's going on, guys? Noodle here, coming at you with another video to play in some Division. I'm going to be showing you my one-shot sniper build for 1.6, and I'm going to show you how I can one-shot people with this sniper rifle right here, the M44 carbine. It's not the best build right now. I'll do an update video later once I get a better sniper and some better old mods and stuff like that. So this isn't nowhere near perfect yet. So in some clips I two-hit people instead of one-hitting someone, but most of the time that's because I don't have my skills active and my bonuses to get extra damage. But I do have lots of one-shots in here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But let's get into the build. For my primary weapon, just in case I get close range or something, I use an AUG for high damage to finish off someone, because if they only have 1 bar of health left, might as well just spray them down a little bit, because that shouldn't take that much more damage. So I just get high damage right there if I need to go in combat too. This isn't the best rolled AUG, I'm just using it because it's my highest damage AUG. And then I have this M44 carbine. I was using this M44, but this carbine I just bought from a vendor. It kind of sucks though. I rolled competent on it because I needed competent. And this has 10,000 more damage than my M44, so that's why I'm using this one. Also, I got competent on this one, and that gives me bonus damage. The M44 I was using originally, but it's not as consistent as the M44 carbine because this doesn't have the competent talent. It has brutal and it has destructive, which are both damage talents, but this is more consistent because it's got competent and it's got higher headshot damage. See, I got 146, this has 161%. And this also has higher damage and it has competent on it to increase its damage more. But I'm also using this random pistol, Centurion pistol, doesn't really matter. And then getting into my chest piece, I'm using a reckless chest piece. I rolled firearms on everything, including mods and stuff, so I have reckless chest piece with firearms, all resistance 4%, and then 15,600 health and ammo capacity. And I'm using a tenacious mask once again for extra damage, so if I don't have my heal I can pop a medkit to get more damage, because I used booster shot and a pulse to do extra damage too as well. And then I'm running short bow knee pads. You really don't need them, but I use them for close quarters combat when I need to kill someone fast or something like that, I need help, because this build is kind of hard staying alive when you're in close quarters combat because you're so weak. It's not that hard in Last Stand because everything gets averaged out for a certain amount of armor. But I'm using short bow knee pads with health, and then increased kill XP, burn, disoriented resistance, and of course firearms again. But I don't think I went over the mask, but it's firearms, 3.5% crit chance, and then damage to elites. And of course, you gotta run a specialized backpack with everything because you need that skill power for extra healing and stuff. So I have firearms, and then 13,315 health, and then 16 burn resistance. If I would get, if I could change it, I would put ammo capacity on instead of burn resistance, because those turns still do a bunch of damage. And then I'm running Skull MC gloves with firearms, marksman rifle damage, health on kill, and crit damage. I have another pair with more armor, but these had higher marksman rifle damage, so I used those instead. This has better stats overall, but this had lower damage for my gun. And then I'm running a Colonial List holster because if you're more conscious about using it than I am, I rarely use this. If you use this more, you probably would get more one-shots. I just completely forget about it. It's kind of hard to use sometimes because when you shoot someone with a pistol, it increases your damage, but it's kind of hard to remember that you have to shoot someone with a pistol. So I would either use this or I would use a nimble holster. But my nimble holster wasn't as rolled as highly as my Colonial Bliss holster, so I used this one instead because I needed more firearms and I already had health rolled on this one. And then that's all the talents and gear I'm using. If if I were to reroll this AUG, I'd probably have deadly on, or not deadly, whatchamacallit, I'd have competent on it, and then on this, I would want brutal for extra headshot damage, and I'd probably either want destructive or probably like deadly or something to get extra damage per shot. And then here are my mods. I'll let you guys look at these mods. Oh, I got this new sight today, this pro red dot sight that has extra crit damage on it. So the max crit damage you can get is 19%. And then I roll basically crit damage on everything. I don't roll into my mag because I needed rate of fire instead of crit damage, so I would have used this, but it only has reload speed. And then I got crit damage on this, and then crit damage on my small grip. And then on my carbine, good thing you can put a muzzle and this on here because that's where I'm getting my headshot damage from. This isn't the highest possible roll for my scope. You can get 18.5, but I only have 16.5. I need to roll a better scope. And then I've got max barrel on right now. It's Omega rifle suppressor that I luckily got from a vendor. This is completely maxed out. So this is a really god roll mega rifle suppressor, and that's where I get all my headshot damage. And then that's all I have. That's all my like mods and stuff like that. And then we'll get into my firearms. My firearms is 9,404. You can get it higher than I have, but you need to have like everything maxed out. I don't have the best firearms mods. I need to craft more firearms mods. And my weapon damage is 191. My crit chance isn't that high. It doesn't really matter. And then headshot damage is really high. I almost have it at 200%. If I could get that higher by getting a better sight and like brutal on here, then this would be amazing. This would probably be really good. And yeah, this is all my stats for my build. I'm gonna show you guys some clips to so you guys can see how my build works and stuff like that. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Taking control of Bravo.
Really go the whole way and see how you feel of the prospect of vanishing.
Taking control of Bravo.
Of all your efforts and all your achievements and all your attainments turning into dust. Nothing. What is the feeling? What happens? nothingness is the fundamental reality, and you see it's your reality, then how can anything contaminate it? Or the idea of your being scared and put out and worried and so on, it's just nothing, it's a dream. Because you're really not. So cheer up.
Hostiles have destroyed a fortification at Charlie.